Corey Graves returned back to NXT and he's exactly where he wants to be. Boy, boom. It sounds like WWE, they forced you, Corey Graves, to say that scripted line that you're happy and you're exactly where you want to be. But you were just saying a couple of weeks ago, well, 2 weeks ago almost, how you felt that you weren't famous enough to do your job. How things have changed, how things have changed. YouTube, hey, it's me, Marquelworld. We post and I talk about pro wrestling news at least 3 times a week, and we're talking about Corey Graves, baby. We all know about the drama, how he tweeted, how he felt like he wasn't famous enough to do his job. And I do feel like he was a little upset and a little disappointed with the Raw on Netflix. Raw on Netflix was a big, pivotal point for that Raw brand. It was something that was game changer due to it being on Netflix, a brand new audience. Some people that haven't watched wrestling in a while, if they saw it on their Netflix home screen, some people tuned in. So this was such a huge moment for the Raw brand and for WWE itself. And Corey Graves, someone that has been on commentary for a while now, feels like, hey, I should have been part of that brand. I should have been part of the Raw brand and that premiere with Netflix. This was something major. This was something that was a huge transition into a new era, to be honest, because we are in a new era, the Raw Netflix era. And he felt like he should have been there and he should have been on commentary to be one of those first people that you see on Raw on Netflix. And he felt like he worked his ass off and he's tired of the part timers. And if you've been a wrestling fan for a while now, let's talk about it. We did see him in NXT basically saying, um, he did say on commentary, I'm exactly where I want to be. You complain, and you probably had two options. They probably set your ass backstage and said, listen, either you want to be mad, you don't think you're famous enough, you can go outside, you can go leave, pack your bags, we can hire someone younger and put them in NXT and it'll be cheaper and a huge opportunity for the next person. Or you can sit your ass down, be grateful for where you are at, see what happens, and continue to do your job. We pay you a salary, and this is what we're telling you to do to be in NXT. So, which one is it going to be? Are you going to walk or are you going to stay and do the job we're paying you to do? I'm exactly where I want to be. So, that is where some people are saying is happening. Just to summarize, that WWE basically had a conversation with Corey Graves and humbled his ass to the point that he's now saying that. I feel like it is something that was scripted. What I mean scripted, not this whole thing going on with the X, but the whole I'm exactly where I want to be. That line felt very fed on commentary. It wasn't the camera even on him, almost like that was his moment. This is your moment. Get on camera. You better express to the WWE universe and the NXT fans that you want to be on this commentary team, because there are a lot of WWE fans that did take what Corey Graves said as disrespect to the NXT brand. Some fans on X and Blue Sky and on Facebook groups that have been on are stating, wow, NXT is not a demotion. I mean, just because you're not on Raw, you're still on the third hottest wrestling show on TV currently. That is what some people are saying. There are a lot of fans that are a NXT fan, just NXT. There are people that do like NXT over the Raw and the SmackDown. So someone like that is dedicated to NXT and hearing Corey Grace basically say how it was a demotion to him not being on the main roster such as Raw, they got a little offended too. So I don't know. First, I thought this was a little petty, y'all. YouTube, by the way, I like to post pro wrestling news at least 3 times a week. Please sub, please sub. But YouTube, I did feel like this was petty at one point with WWE. And then I also felt like maybe it had to be addressed for the fans that are fans of the NXT brand and the WWE fans that felt like it was a little disrespectful that he did have to address that he does appreciate being in NXT. Um, with Pat and the part timer. This isn't the first time we heard this. We heard this with Trish Stratus and Melina and John Morrison when they had that mixed tag team match. And what you call it, John Morrison and Trish Stratus were partners, and allegedly John Morrison was mad that it wasn't Melina that got it. Melina was upset, and she was a full time competitor. Then we had CM Punk that was mad about the main event not being able to headline, and he was so tired of the part timers getting a better spot than the full timers during the WrestleMania card. So, part timers getting something over full timers is not the first we heard of this. This is the first we heard of this with commentary. Um, this is now happening in all departments with WWE. It's no longer just the wrestlers that are tired of other wrestlers coming back, having their moment while they've been on the road all year, and this wrestler just comes back and reaps the benefits. Now we have the commentary team, such as Corey Graves, that's been there week after week after week. Pat, no disrespect to him, he has his own schedule. He's not just sitting at home. Pat McAfee, he's not someone that just sits at home. I'm not no one that watches sports, but when I do go to some restaurants, I do see him in the background. So I do know that he does a lot of sports. He does have his popular YouTube channel that I see sometimes as well. People watch. So he's busy, but that being said, he is not like someone like Corey Graves that is on a weekly WWE TV show. So for someone like Pat, who was gone for a while, just to come back and have a moment on the Raw Netflix premiere, that would hurt someone like a Corey Graves that's been there every week holding it down, while someone like Pat is focused on his own brand, and rightfully so focus on his own brand. I ain't mad at Pat. Focus on you, boo. You got your own YouTube, you got your own merchandise. Why would you put all your eggs into a WWE situation when you have your own brands and other things going on? And your own brands, that's you getting the profit. That should be you getting the profit instead of sharing it or getting a cut from somebody else. So it does seem like Corey Graves was a little hurt on how they preferred someone like Pat over him to be part of the Raw Netflix. Because again, he said, I'm not famous enough. This was based off of name value. Again, WWE is a company. We may love it. We may love to gossip about it here on Markel's World, Pro Wrestling News at least 3 times a week. But we have to remember WWE is a company and they want to make a profit and revenue as well. So they do sometimes try to stick to those that have name value. So, do we think Corey Graves? Just I like to give a summary of the story. Do we think that Corey Graves is really, like he said on commentary tonight on NXT, that he really is happy to be there and exactly where he wants to be? Was that something that was fed to him? I feel like it was fed for him. I felt like this was his way, basically not apologizing. Well, kind of apologizing, but him publicly acknowledging what he said, kind of, and acknowledging, you know what, I am where I am, and this is exactly where I want to be. Some people are on X and again Blue Sky saying poor Corey. We all know that's not how you felt. We all know exactly how you really felt, and your initial reaction was your true emotions towards the situation. Now you saying this on camera, you're exactly where you want to be. We all know you have bills. You have a fabulous wife, Carmela, who likes to probably get her nails done. She probably likes to have some nice food. Her groceries ain't cheap. You got a baby at home. You probably have an expensive taste your damn self, Corey Graves. So I know you got to do what you got to do. So if this is something you had to do to continue the checks to keep coming in that account, I know that's right. I'm exactly where I want to be too, honey. So best of luck to you, Corey Graves. I am glad that you brought a little conversation, if this is real, about part timers and full timers. You actually brought back a conversation. Is this fair for full timers that are working in WWE for them to be outshined basically by a part timer that has a little bit more name value? But Markel's World life update here in Michigan is about to be in the negatives, so you better be careful. I'm doing well. I went to the gym and I'm about to play WWE 2K24. Can't wait to see what's on the new game. But I'm relaxing. I'm chilling. It's Tuesday. I have Monday off. I'm refreshed. I hope you guys are doing well. But if you have not, sub to YouTube, TikTok, and Red Note, Markel's World as well. X and Blue Sky, Markel's World. You can follow me on there. But this is Markel's World. All things pro wrestling news, my life. I'll see you guys in the next video.